And go.
Nothing happened. Nobody went.
Hey, I led last time, so somebody else can take the reins on this bad boy.
Alicia started talking first. Yeah.
Well, I just read it, so.
Well, I know we had some preliminary discussions about how we're going to divide this up into various sections, and it's that's going to be the challenge for this week's assignment. It has to do with pricing and pricing strategy, how pricing impacts consumer buying, and how does the organization's pricing strategy impact loyalty. So I don't know if there's 4 defined sections for each of us to take to work on.
Well, I'm wondering if somebody takes Southwest, that's theirs, and then somebody takes the competitors, and then somebody can take how it impacts behaviors and brand loyalty, so maybe 3 sections?
I was thinking 3 sections as well, but just looking at how it's already defined, because the first section, or at least what I'm perceiving to be the first section, it's states how price and consumer perception of price impact Southwest, and then maybe second section, compare and contrast pricing strategy of key competitors, and then the last section could be how pricing strategy impacts consumer behavior and brand loyalty. Or I guess we could split up, extract out of each of those the components that you just said, Mark. So that gives us a couple options to kind of kick around and decide how we want to do it. And that's 3 sections, and then there will be the intro and the conclusion that could be done by one person as well, and then pulling it together.
Well, I was just looking at that. I think what Stephanie talked about was that Appendix F, talking about the pricing overview, the profile, direct and indirect, describe pricing strategy and how pricing strategy impacts loyalty. I mean, there's 4 different sections in that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pull that up yet. Okay,
I
that's
didn't
cool.
either.
Is that what you were looking at too, Stephanie, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, it's interesting because that appendix was not on the Jewel thing.
Right.
That was just the one on Jewel was a dead link. It didn't go to anything. So when I went to course documents, this was the one that was listed with the brand audit group page for week 2. So I assume, maybe I'm wrong, but this would be the one that we would follow.
Well, yeah, because there's 10 points of value to each section, plus the 10 points for the mechanics and the word count and all that stuff. So, I mean, it kind of is 4 sections, and then.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Alicia, what were you looking at, or what were you seeing?
I was just looking at the general overview that's right there posted in Jewel, but I think she had said previously that we should refer, to their rubric, because that'll contain more specific. Isn't that what she said?
Yeah, I agree now. I didn't know this existed.
Yeah, I think that gives us a little more information, and it breaks it down into sections then.
Yeah, that works for me.
Sorry, yeah, I was lost it for a second. So I'm open to taking any section. I mean, do you feel like there's a fair amount of? I mean, if they're each 10 points, it should be equal amount of research, I would think. But do you feel that any section would be heavier than the others?
I think the direct and indirect competitive brands would probably be the larger section.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pricing overview would probably be short. So maybe somebody does the intro and pricing overview, and then whoever does the last ones impact on loyalty could do the conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Because the middle of it's a good chunk, I would think.
Yeah, that seems more to be more of the meat of the paper.
So do you want to just go over each section now, and just so we kind of agree on what each of us will be focusing on, and then we can divide up who takes what? So, I mean, more so for that middle section. I think pricing overview is fairly self-explanatory. That's just simple research on their pricing and probably history of that. And then the direct and indirect competitive brands, do you feel like we should just continue with the American, one competitive brand, or should we do two? Like I think in the last paper we mentioned American and United.
Yeah, I think we stick with the American and United.
Okay. And then as far as describe how pricing strategy impacts consumer buying behavior, what are some ideas as far as that goes for whoever takes that section?
And again, are we going to work on keeping it within the word count? I mean, it's 1,000 to 1,200 word count.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want a 10-page paper, do we?
No,
we
our
don't.
last one got really long too. It's a challenge to keep it, to the point.
Right. I don't know if that's part of just
Also
being.
passionate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Also passionate about our work. That's what it is.
I don't know if it's more along the lines of just being concise,
yes.
being right down to the point, and eliminate the frills.
I don't know if it has any requirement as far as how many references to, because I think that in my last paper for this past week, that's where I feel like there may have been, I hate to say fluff, but by trying to quote or use some kind of citations took away from some of my explaining what I wanted to, but I don't see that here, so that's helpful. Yeah, to what we need to say. Do you see anything anywhere about citations?
I didn't see anything regarding.
No, it doesn't state anything for a minimum, but I think it's probably an expectation that we use citations.
Sure, for some of the factual information, I think it has to be. I just want to be careful not to overdo quotes, or I'm guilty of that. That's all I'm saying. Saying that. So. But as far as the pricing strategy that impacts consumer buying behavior, I think for Southwest, they always do those deals, like the $79 flight deals. That's something that could certainly affect consumer buying behavior, depending on the seasons when those are offered, as well as the reward program.
So I missed it. I heard 3 sections, but I think we said 4, so I've missed one somewhere. I think, Mark, you said the first section would be intro and pricing overview, and then second was competitive brands, and we would specifically reference American and United.
Yep.
And then I got the 4th section, impact on loyalty and conclusion, but I missed one.
Oh, the buying behaviors.
Buying behavior, okay.
And that's what I was kind of just giving some examples of, as far as how Southwest periodically does $79 flights, one way that could impact about, consumer buying behavior with Southwest.
Okay.
I know it impacts me when I get those emails. I'm like, oh, I got to see what $79 out of Chicago and where I can go.
I confess too to seeing that and seeing if there's anything that appeals to me.
Unfortunately, it's usually like cities I don't want to go to, but
yeah, exactly.
Never know.
Same here. Same here. So, does anybody have a particular preference over what sections they want to take?
I could do the intro and pricing overview.
Okay. Um, I can do buying behaviors.
I'll take whatever, so you can pick one.
Oh, sure, put it on me.
Well, I feel bad because last time I'm the one who messed up for last paper, so I want
Hey, she still said we did a very nice job.
to.
I don't care either one, Stephanie. Doesn't matter.
Want to flip a coin?
I mean, do you want to go back and do the ones with the direct and indirect? I mean, you had the information before, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then I'll take the organization pricing strategy and the conclusion. Impact on loyalty.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, and who's going to pull it together for us this week?
I can. My week's fairly light towards the end of the week. So I can, or if anybody else is really wanting to.
Well, I would, but I'm in the middle of a playoff run to the quarterfinals right now, and we got a lot of stuff going on football-wise. And
Yeah, congratulations. You guys
thanks.
killing.
And I also has been waiting around. I've been going through job interviews for a different position within, but taking over as an ops manager at one of our distributors up in Arlington Heights. So I've been going through a major interview process with that too, and supposed to find out this week where I stand or if they're going to make me an offer or what. So I'm still waiting on that.
Congrats, my friend.
You can go to the racetrack more.
Not a gambler. Not. I think I'll be a little preoccupied with trying to straighten out a distributor that has a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. That's my busyness.
Well, I have a work conference next weekend, so if I could do it this weekend, that would be fine with me too, since then I know I definitely have time. So Alicia, I don't know what your schedule's kind of looking like. Would that work for you? Like if I took this week?
I think it's fine. We're each gonna have to do a week that we figured, so
Right.
we're all gonna end up doing one anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think we're good to go? Do you want me to stop it and then I can send it to everybody?
And when are we going to submit by? Stephanie, when do you need us to get our stuff to you by?
I'm fine with Sunday morning, and then I have time. I always have time Sunday afternoons to work on homework. I usually dedicate Sunday afternoon. That sounds bad because usually things are due Sunday night, but it's just how it works. So
I'll have mine to you by Saturday. I always like to finish by Saturday. So.
Yeah, same here. I'll have mine by Saturday as well, if not sooner.
overachievers.
My weekend's going to be crazy, so that's why I got to get it done early.
I'm here.
And I'll work on trying to wrap it up as a conclusion as best I can without seeing everybody else's stuff, unless I just kind of hang out a little bit and see what happens, what you guys submit.
I can, once I figure out where I'm going to tackle it, I already got an idea. I can just shoot you an email of what I'm going to cover, and you can just cover that one section.
Okay.
Same here.
All right, that's no problem. I mean, if Stephanie's not going to really work on putting it together by Sunday, if everybody's got it by Saturday, then I'm sure I can put a short conclusion together to sum it all up, and then Stephanie can organize it and all that.
Sounds like a plan, guys.
All right, well, I'll get this stopped up, and I'll send it all to you guys. Sound good?
Sounds good, thank you.
Sounds good.